Well, Florida's been trying to sort through how to build high-speed rail since 1984. Bob Graham in particular was the advocate. I happen to have been the author of the first high-speed rail legislation and the efforts to develop high-speed rail in Florida. And what has happened is as the vendors come in, they slowly begin to get acclimated. They're always from out of the country. They're foreign because the technology of high-speed rail is not American. So by the time they get up ahead of steam, a new governor comes in and the predecessor program is trashed and we start off in a new direction. Now we've done this 3 or 4 times. So we now have one more chance with federal stimulus funds to build a high-speed rail system that not only extends from Tampa to Orlando, but also from Orlando to Miami. And from a strategic standpoint, it's important to keep your eye on Orlando to Jacksonville as something that we do in the next 10 years, at least initiate in the next 10 years. And the reason is once we have that base, and there's certainly more routes that are important, then we have a jumping off points for points north and west of us, Washington, Tennessee, Texas. We can grow a railroad system, high-speed rail, from Florida and have the industry jobs to manufacture that equipment in Florida, or we can sit back and let it grow from Texas to us or from Washington to us. And it'll be somebody else's vendor and they'll have their assembly plants in their states and we'll simply be what's left over. So I strongly recommend everybody, regardless of how they feel about it, to look at what they're doing in Asia and Europe, realizing that we will not be competitive in the world marketplace. People will lose their jobs because we aren't competitive in a multimodal system that has high-speed rail at one of the top rungs of that hierarchy of various modes. And we got to get on with the business of doing what we started to do in 1984 and get there before the Asian and European communities make us the equivalent of a antiquated, cute seaside village that has no economic potential because we've simply not kept up with the times.